Welcome back to Captain of Industry. We're playing the new update, update 2 that just released on April 5th, and we're playing on the custom map that I created myself. I hope you can recognize this is basically Paris. We have Ile de la Cité over here, Ile Saint-Louis, and the two sides of Paris are on the Seine. Obviously I had to take a few, let's say, creative choices, right? We have a big river there to make sure that our ship can leave. But apart from that, yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. This is the second episode, so don't hesitate to check in the video description below if you missed the first one. But yeah, we made some progress already. We have our people there, we have our first farm, we have our first, manufacturing. We're transforming wood into coal, then coal with iron into obviously molten iron, and then into actual iron. Then this iron comes here into mechanical parts or construction parts. We have over here our maintenance depot, that's critical, and a research lab. And on this side of the map, we've just started to actually dig. I see the first iron is coming there, right? I don't know where my excavator is. Oh, it went there to refill on diesel. Okay, yeah, that's not so great, but at the beginning of the game you don't really have a choice. Don't hesitate to tell me in the comments below if you have any questions, thoughts, or requests. We're also following, as you can see, the tutorial on this side. We do have very high difficulty, right? We have the realism and realism plus mode on. But yeah, while this ore is gonna start very soon, I do want to build a beacon as soon as possible. If I can remember where it is. Yes, it is here. I like to always put the beacon close to the ship. I think it makes sense. So this is going to help us in a second when it gets built. And while this is being built, let's follow our excavator. Oh, go for it. This is a new building, the ore sorting plant, right? Oh no, it's going there instead of going here. My bad. Yeah, it's almost there. So soon it will start. Here it is. Okay. No. No. Still no iron? Come on. Find me some iron. Ah, here it is. Our first iron ore. So this truck now needs to deliver it to the ore sorting. And so it's getting sorted. We have some iron there and some dirt. Love it. So while this was happening, of course, the beacon has been built. So beacon is taking a bit of electricity, only one person, and one of Unity. Remember, the Unity is this special stuff resource. I would almost call it like your money, if you're making extra money or not. But the great thing with this beacon is that people are going to join our city. We don't have yet any, but should be coming soon. We do have also a new research of loose storage. So we had the unit storage, which is good for things like wood or construction parts. Now we have this one, which is good for the mining resources, but also good for potatoes. And that's really what I wanted it for right away. So over here, obviously remember you can press R to rotate and make sure that you have the red on the green. So now we can have a bit more reserves of potatoes. We have also our first refugees that have arrived. So 14 people, right? We have increased, so that's great. And they also bring out some resources, which is definitely hooray. We need to build a new housing quarter, right? Or neighborhood, if you wish, for this mission. So let's do this. That is why I've been cutting the trees there to make sure we have the space. So that's perfect. We've started to mine some iron. I love it. We're gonna unlock diesel very soon. And so after diesel, I probably want the rubber for sure. The captain office would be good for me to show you, what you can do with this. And then I guess we're gonna have to go into cheap repair and then construction 2. It's good to put a couple so we don't forget about this. Okay, so mining iron has been done, and so I think we're gonna soon, let me see actually. So now we have 12 here. Not sure where my iron is. We did finish also that one. We have a new city, so now we can have 210 people. So that's perfect. A bit of food too. I'll take it. I'm also going to use this time to build one more excavator. We have the vehicle parts. You can see we have 80. We need 40 for this. And we're going to make 2 more pickups. Good. We have... Oh, we need another assembly for construction parts. And we need a unit storage for iron. Okay. So unit storage for iron, we basically want it there, right? Because we're going to want it for those 2. So let me place it like this. So then you can connect easily those 2 in the future. We do want iron. Good. And then we need another assembly also for construction parts. Okay. Basically, we need to make more construction parts. I see why. We only have 37 right now. That's not great. This is 25, for example. So let's definitely make another one. And yeah, we're starting to process some iron ore. Love it. Good, good, good. So let's accelerate just a bit more again. We're gonna get diesel here. So diesel, we're gonna use spoiler alert over here, some crude oil. Now we have crude oil here on the map. We have some here too. And we have a huge one there in the sea. Not so easy to get to, but if we can get to it, could be great, you know? Could be great. This one will last us for the beginning of the game, basically. We have finished a new thing. Oh, we have finished several things, sorry. So, first of all, we got some new refugees. Great. We finished the stockpile, right, of resources, because we now have over here some iron, and we have another assembly for construction parts. So, great. We have also done processing iron ore. So now I'm gonna move to process in priority, you know, the iron scrap. And we did create, remember with this recipe over here, you create some slag. So now we have some slag that is basically stuck there. So we're gonna need a truck to come and take it. This one is delivering, by the way, the iron. Now I don't think a truck is gonna take the slag right away. It's gonna wait for it to have a bit. But when we have a bit, we're gonna take the slag, and you can do a couple of things with slag in the future. But for now, I basically wanted to help me make that bridge, which is for now made mostly of soil and waste. Not so great. We have the basic diesel research done, and we have no tree. Like, always keep an eye on those notifications there. They're really important, obviously. So where should we go? I think I'm going to... It's a good question. I'm going to cut this. We don't have that many trees, to be honest. We also need to be careful about this. And I do have now the small excavator. So we're gonna start something new before following with, you know, all of this. Is I'm gonna build another tower over here to be not too far from the ore sorting. We're going to put this excavator just now, and I'm gonna take this area here. Why this area, you may ask? Well, because if we look at our layers, this is full of coal. So instead of burning my trees to make coal, I could dig some coal. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go flat, as I said before, to start with. Something like this. It's also space that potentially I could use for more farms, so that's great. Let's go. Then we can talk a bit about diesel while this is being built. Because remember, I also don't have that many construction parts right now. So diesel, we're gonna want some, you can see a lot of new buildings there. Love it. Let's go with the diesel. We're gonna need some oil pump. So let's go. They say to build 2, I'm gonna build 3, and I'll explain just in a second why. I'm going to build them on this side, so they need to be close, obviously on top of these resources. That's where the resources are, so let's go. 1, actually I may place 3, but what I'll do is now I'll start being in planning mode. So this is going to be Here, I'm gonna pause it. Here it is. So they're gonna build those two and not build this one. Why? Because I don't have a lot of resources. Then we're gonna want to build a basic distiller to take this crude oil and a bit of coal to make the diesel and some other stuff. Now, why 3? Because again, this is 54 and this is 18. So times 3, 54. So we're gonna want the basic distiller, as I said. I think, let me think for a second. So we're gonna put this there, this there, this there. So I'm gonna put my distillers somewhat like this. Okay. So then we need, you know, to do something with the diesel, but we also have wastewater and exhaust. So exhaust, hopefully you remember, it's just a smokestack. That's not too hard. We just connect it directly. Oops, my bad. Let's cut it and move it there. Then that is new wastewater, right? So wastewater, by the way, I just did a right click. When you do right click, it gets you into the recipe mode, which is F1. That shows you, for the resource you just clicked on, all of the recipes to produce and consume it. So I can see, for example, that yes, wastewater is going to be consumed by my basic distiller. And right now, the only thing I can do with it is to put a liquid dump. So basically to dump it into the ocean. In the future, we'll be able to do something with it, but for now, we don't have a choice. So let's go. Let's put a dump here. And then a cool thing that I want to show you is all of these, if you click on this red arrow, it will put directly a pipe. So that way you don't have to go into the menu for pipes. So let's go and done. Similarly over here, while it does cost some construction parts, I think it is definitely a good idea to put pipes as soon as you can. What I will do though is I'm going to do my first elevated pipe. So I'm going to press E to go to height 1, right? So Q is to decrease the height. We're on height 0 now. E is to increase it. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. You can go higher, to be honest, but I'm not going to show you that advanced thing right away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay at height 0 for this, and then I'm going to move up. Then I'm going to stay up like this. I don't need huge one. And then here we're just going to basically connect like this, right? It's going to connect, it's pretty smart, it's going to connect automatically like this. And this one can connect there, perfect. We have a problem, pickup has no compatible sorting plant. Indeed, over here I put the iron, I didn't put the coal. So let's put the coal now. That should fix it, right? This one has dirt and coal. Just gonna go here and start. We do have a few more refugees, okay, that's fine. We haven't done anything with our slag yet, I'm surprised. Oh yeah, that's because I'm using the iron scrap, sorry. So let's put the iron ore priority a bit more just to finish this one. And let's go back to our oil over here, which is not being built yet because, you know, I'm in planning mode. So planning mode means this is not being built. Then what I can do is I can press P to unpause this. Now it's going to be built. Or I can also use U to use Unity. In this case, I'm just going to press P because I don't have a lot of resources. Now you may be wondering why I did this thing of level 1. This is to be able to go at level 0 for the coal in the future, right? To have a belt for the coal. So we're going to create this. We need to dump the wastewater, okay, produce diesel. I think if I remember correctly, then they're also going to ask us to put the diesel into a fluid storage, but let's wait for that to come. The pipe we have started to use. Okay, good. Don't forget, you know, as I said before, to look at your resources from time to time. Obviously, we're very low right now on construction part. That's not great. Also very low on vehicle parts, so we're gonna need to start that at some point. Here it is, we have done the slug now, so let's put back this one. So now that we're getting coal through mining, I'm going to pause this one because again, I don't think we have that much trees on this island. We will be able to replant later, but for now, I don't really have a choice. Next one, build brick construction, brick production. So you may remember here for my construction parts, I'm using this recipe, which is iron, wood, and bricks. We did get some bricks from the abandoned communication station, but that's gonna stop soon. So we need to start making some with this recipe over here. So this recipe over here is gonna use coal and dirt and water. So what we're gonna do is over here, we're gonna put it somewhere over here. I may need several in the future, but let's start with one. We do need water. And for now, the only way I can get water is with a rain water harvester. So let's put it just next to it, like this. Put a pipe on it, done. We're gonna want also smokestack, rotate, done. We will need some dirt. You may remember I am getting dirt, with my mining. But what I do want to do is actually make sure we start getting some reserves, because that's going to be critical. So all of this is going to cost me a lot of construction parts. But yeah, don't really have a choice. So we have also over here exhausted all of it. Let's actually use this to get some more dirt right now, because we're using my iron scrap right now, so it's fine. We don't really need more scraps. We can take all of that dirt. Okay, more refugees again. Not complaining. We just need to make sure that we have enough food, but I see that my food is slowly but surely increasing. We started definitely lower, so not bad there. How are we doing? Yeah, we're almost there. All right, so we have the oil, crude oil, and by the way, I know I didn't spend any time on it in the first episode, but because I have played this game before, but look at these animations. They're really cool. They are really cool. Something that's new with this update is that the pipes are gonna automatically change color based on what's inside. So you see, for example, over here, this is crude oil, it's sort of black, right? Makes sense. This is dirt, wastewater, it's like poop. So it's brown. The diesel, I think, is yellow. When we make some diesel, it's gonna be yellow. So that's pretty good. Here we do need to say accept this. So here it is. It's accepting the wastewater, creating pollution. Not great, but we don't really have a choice. If we check over here, I don't have yet water pollution, but I can tell you it's gonna start coming. Okay, build a fleet storage for the diesel. Yeah, I can do that. So let's just think quickly. I think we're gonna do something like this. Yeah, just simple, and unpause this. Now you may be wondering why now I'm starting to build everything in pause mode. Is because I don't want, I'm gonna start making mistakes when you get into things that are a bit more complex, and I don't want to have to pay the cost of those mistakes in terms of construction parts. So I want to make sure the things are working well, like I'm happy with them before they build them. Okay, so brickworks hasn't been built yet. Okay, because I forgot to unpause it. That's a good reason. Let's unpause all of this. It is the building. Okay. Now we have reached a number that is not yet close to our maximum, but we do have a mission to pause the beacon. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait just a bit more before pausing it though. We have built a diesel, and as I was telling you earlier, this is yellow now, so that's pretty cool. We have, the diesel that's starting. What I'm gonna do is also do this. This was part of the mission, but it's an important reason. The reason is I have some diesel that is in reserve here, right? what was happening right now is I had a lot of trucks that were going to the shipyard to take this diesel and put it over here. That's a bit of a waste because, you know, I'm producing diesel. I don't need them to bring new diesel. Instead, I actually do need some diesel over here because we need diesel for the diesel generator and because we also do need some soon for my shipyard. You know, it needs some diesel. So anyway, that's why you want to make sure sometime to use those things of, you know, this one is, it basically says it's impossible when it's off or it's possible when it's on for trucks to deliver resources to this depot, and this one says it's possible to take resources from it. So that's exactly how I want it right now. The bricks have started too. Okay, good. I don't have yet this one, and I should put dirt on it for sure. What is that? That's wood, that's fine. Okay, so they're gonna build this soon. All good. Many new missions, including the captain office. So we're gonna talk about this one in a second. First, let me check what's happening. Okay, electronics, vehicle parts, research we're doing, research we're gonna do soon. Okay, so let's go. They want 2 new assemblies. And I say they want, I mean, they're right, we need 2 new assemblies. One is gonna be for vehicle parts. Remember I told you it was pretty low, even if we did get some with the research just now. And one is gonna be for electronics. We do have some electronics, but yeah, it will be important soon. Given that we have some vehicle parts, let's go crazy and build again a few more. I'm gonna probably get 1 more refugee and then stop it. Now the captain office, we have it over here. You can put it pretty much anywhere you want because it's not gonna really deliver resources. Let me put it over here in this corner for now. It does cost quite a bit. This is a small house. In the future we can make it bigger. There's by the way some nice flowers in my garden, love it. And it's going to give us access, as I said, to edicts, to policies if you wish. So for example, this one, it's gonna cost me 1 of unity, but it's going to increase my population growth, right? This one is a completely different one, is if I activate it, it's going to give me unity, but it means my consumption of food is going to increase. So you have to be careful, obviously, right? Like if you don't produce enough food, that's not enough. We have also some over here on vehicle, fuel and maintenance, right? But I don't really have unity right now, so we can't do them. We have also now repair the, or research, sorry, the ship repair, not the ship, the dock, sorry, which has been damaged. So we want to repair it, 100 of these construction parts. That's gonna be tough, we don't have that right now, but we definitely do want to do it. So I'm gonna click on it. I could also say priority 1, so do this before you do, for example, these ones, which are priority 8, right? We have over here our new excavator, so that's great. We're gonna be able to put it over here. Basically, I could just, yeah, we could put it there for now, add 1 more, and do some of these. Oops, that's not really necessary. Now my bridge is slowly but surely making progress. And do we have reserves of dirt? And we also have some reserves of dirt, so that's great. What I'm going to try to say is always try to keep this one full. Alright, so sort of send the dirt here before you send it there. This is working fairly well for now. We will have a problem soon when we want to also add the copper. Now, if I want to add copper, I don't have it yet because we haven't unlocked it yet. It's my next research. But when we do want to do this, we only have 4 outputs. So, but don't worry, we have a solution. The solution is basically, I mean, there's different solutions, but I have one, don't worry. we have gotten a couple more refugees. So let's pause this beacon. Now I pause it, which means, you know, we're not gonna get new refugees to come anytime soon. But the good thing with this is now we have one of unity. So we could use it, for example, for reducing my fuel consumption of vehicles. Or maybe the maintenance. Maybe we'll do the maintenance to start. So it is not working yet because it's not being built. But the good thing is, yeah, it will be built soon. The shipyard, how are we doing? Perfect, just in time. It's like I was planning it. So we are building the shipyard. Love it. And so now we can, in the future, upgrade our ship. And more importantly, we can make sure that our ship has some diesel, some crew, all right, 15 for now, and we can send it onto the map. Let's go into the one map over here. You can also press tab to get there. So this is my city there. I can send my ship here to visit, to donate some resources. We can do some loans in the future. I'll explain, you know, in the future. We can't really do that. I mean, we're not really ready for that right now. But more importantly, you see also all of those question marks. These are, you know, places we can discover. There may be resources, there may be pirates, there may be other things. I'm not gonna spoil it all, but let's go, you know, let's send our ship. Obviously, as I said, this is costing some diesel, but it is an important thing to do. So our ship is leaving now, right? It's still on the map. Now it's not on the map anymore. So now it's moving over here, all right? Let's see it in a second arrive. While doing that, let's cut some trees. All of this. Okay, good. So it should be arriving soon. Yeah, so it's arriving there. Now it's exploring, right? It takes also a couple of minutes to explore this location, to find something, right? Let's see in a second how we're doing otherwise. We haven't started to do these two. Oh my world. Oh no, they're paused. My bad. So let's start with this one and then those two. We have arrived in our location. This is actually a very special location because it's an oil rig. So it's basically a mine, if you wish, on the map, right? We will have to repair it before we can do anything there. We will also have to build a ship to get there. And there's going to be a few other things. But that's going to be important for sure, especially if you remember that here I have a very limited amount of oil. I actually have 50,000 of oil there, so that's going to get depleted pretty soon. Now we can also send our ship, you know, over there. It still has some fuel before it needs to come back. But I think that's also a good end to this second episode. We have made again some good progress in my opinion. We have now a shipyard that is functioning so we can send our ship on the map. We have started to make some bricks and some reserve, you know, of soil for that. We have cut more trees and we're sort of keeping them here instead of putting them into coal because we're also now over here getting coal from this small mountain. Also getting, you know, the iron over there, and we can soon get into copper. We have started also over here to make out of crude oil some diesel, storing this diesel, and soon we're going to want to transform this into even different things like rubber and others. So yeah, happy with this progress. Our bridge is not done yet, but making some progress. Don't hesitate to tell me in the comments below if you have any questions, thoughts or requests, and I hope to see you next time.